Hey, I'm talking in my head. Soreth can't hear me.
He's standing right there.
The spores connect everyone.
He wasn't in the room. That's not fair.
So, you guys go ahead and make your way back to your rooms. Spend the night. Morning comes around. You wake up and Orlo is a little slow to the party. So the both of you, I assume, would probably wake up, come out, and have some breakfast. And a little while as you're sitting there, Orlo will kind of stumble in.
I just stumble in very clearly groggy and sipping actual plain water.
What do you got in the glass, pal?
Water. Lots of water.
All right. Water.
We ordered you some breakfast, and I'll scooch a plate of mushrooms towards him.
With 3 spoons.
I just like shove the spoons away and like hesitantly start slowly eating the food in front of me. It's just like, well, if it's gotta be something, I suppose this will do. Just knowing what I've been through and knowing that I need to replenish.
And go ahead, sorry.
I'll like lean over to Emmerin and be like, "This is amazing. He hates mushrooms."
Oh, that's interesting.
And as with any wonderful hangover, as you guys are sitting there, Zrinka will walk over and slap the table and be like, "Good morning."
Good morning, Zrinka.
Morning,
I
Zrinka.
just like take my hands over my ears and just like shove them in.
Can I get you all anything else?
Something besides mushrooms, please.
Coming right up, dear.
I just got a quick question for you. Do you consider yourself a cuddler?
Excuse me?
Like, do you like to snuggle?
Not particularly. I'm a little bit of a loner.
So you don't prefer a big spoon or a little spoon?
No, just your regular spoons.
Okay, just checking. I was just curious.
Is there a reason?
I get lonely at night. You know how it is.
All right.
He'll just give him like a sly wink and then go back to his breakfast.
So, you got Zrinka brings another plate of food over for Orlo. You guys go ahead and eat, and then I believe you said you wanted to go check on Rogak, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Indeedly.
You make your way over to the city hall, and once you get in there, they very easily would be able to direct you towards the medical wing. Especially since you've been in there, it's a little bit confusing. It's a little bit windy. It's a root system, but you make your way there pretty easily. And when you guys get there, Soreth is actually waiting by the door, and he sees you guys coming down the hall, and he kind of pushes himself up. He seems like he's like was leaning on the wall. And he pushes himself up and kind of straightens himself out and looks at the lot of you and says, "Oh," and he kind of like looks up through the roots and he's, "Good morning, I suppose."
Good morning, I suppose, to you.
How is he?
He's all right. This is something I have not seen before.
Well, that's unsettling.
The type of magic that twisted him is not. It is not simple magic. It is very strong and very powerful. He will be all right. It will just take some time. He is not in a good place right now.
Might we see him?
Absolutely. I just try not to disturb him too much. He needs all of the rest he can get. And he'll turn and he'll kind of push the door open to the room and kind of gesture for you guys to go ahead and walk in. And as you do, it's not a very big room. It's got a bed, some space for just some storage, and like a water basin, and that's really about all that's in here. As opposed to one other chair from the bed, and Rogak's kind of he's laid out on the bed. He's kind of sprawled out, and he's breathing just very lightly. His skin seems pocked and bruised, and he looks a right mess. He's he's pretty fucked up. He's cut. He's bruised. He's a mess.
I'm kind of walk in a little bit and just like talk quietly. Rogak, are you awake?
And he kind of vaguely like moves a little bit, gives a little bit of a grunt.
Can I get you some water? Shakes his head. No.
He just like you can tell that he's trying to make some type of vague movements, and you could probably guess he probably doesn't want anything.
Okay. He looks pretty bad for the worse for the wear, as it were.
Oh, is Buttonhead with us?
Always, I presume, unless you tell me otherwise.
Buttonhead, might you use your...
So he cocks his head and pokes it, and some of the spores kind of just like start to float throughout the room.
Rogak, can you understand us now?
And you can hear his voice, and it's still, even still, very, very faint and very light. But he is able to communicate with you, and he does say yes.
How are you feeling? Any better?
I probably feel better than I look.
Well, that's good.
Well, at least for that. Do you have it's probably early to ask and a hard thing to understand at this point, but do you have any idea of what happened to you? Or who might have caused it?
I remember seeing something. A claw, maybe a hand. An octopus. It was very, very fast. And it reached out from the well and grabbed me. And that is all I can remember.
It's unlike anything my order has ever seen. It was a half woman, a half tentacle monster, something. It was horrifying.
Oh, you're telling me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does anyone know why I would have been able to shoot her through the water?
And you kind of hear the door creak open a little bit more behind you. What do you mean, through the water?
Hey, I'm talking in my head. Soreth can't hear me.
He's standing right there.
The spores connect everyone.
He wasn't in the room. That's not fair. I object.
Object. You can object all you would like.
Next
I
on
thought we were-
D&D lawyers.
I thought we were safe. This is rude.
Liar, right, attorney at law.
Soreth, get out of our heads.
I'm done.
When... And she'll just kind of like look at Orlo, like trying to apologize. When she grabbed Rogak, I used my bow and shot into the water, and it seemed like it hurt.
And there's a small pause, and he kind of looks towards you and what water?
And I guess there's a little hide in it now. There was a small pool outside the Rogak's shack of water, and he was attacked from this. We heard a moaning, kind of cacophonous noise coming from the pool prior to the attack. And I'll describe the creature, what we saw, the slamming hottie with the tentacles.
Ew.
Ooh, whoa.
And he pauses for a moment and listens as you're kind of explaining it. And he turns and out loud he says, "In Barisa, yes, this is where you're speaking."
That was Barisa, right? Where we... Yeah, okay. Cool, yep.
And he pauses for another second, and he takes a step out into the hallway, and you can see him gesture. And he sends what you can only assume to be a nurse or something of the sort into the room, and you can hear him say, "Just make sure that he's taken care of," and then he is gone.
Well, that's rude.
What a dick.
Can I go check and see if he went back since I know where his private chambers are? I would like to go there and see if he is in that library or
Sure.
in his area.
You want to do that right now?
Yes.
Okay. What are the two of you going to do? Are you going to go with Laya, or are you going to stay with Rogak?
And I'll tell you guys that that's where I'm going. That I'm going to go look for him.
It's possible we could just follow him silently, Laya. Perhaps is there something he doesn't want us to know?
And I'll take a deep breath. We could do that.
I'll leave it to you.
Then I need two things. I need you all to roll stealth, and then I need Laya to roll. We'll do the stealth first. Let's start.
Luckily, Orlo is very sneaky.
I think we're all pretty damn sneaky.
Laya, you have advantage. Don't forget,
Oh, thank you. I would have forgotten that.
because you got boots, and they were made for walking.
But very quietly.
Orlo just chimes in. He's just like down for anything quiet right now.
19.
19. Orlo.
17.
17.
19.
That'll do. Nobody's looking for you. Nobody knows you're there, and nobody cares that you're there. So you are good to go.
I'm familiar with that.
Laya, do me a favor and roll me a history check real quick.
Do I get advantage since I've been there before?
I just wanted to see how well you remember how to get there.
Crap. Okay, well, I got an 8.
Okay. It takes you a few seconds to kind of get your bearings, and you haven't been into this particular wing before, so you have to make your way back to the beginning and then down, but you can do it relatively quickly, and especially there's not a lot of people in here. It's not like anybody's in your way, so you guys can move pretty expeditiously if you'd like to.
Well, yeah, I'd like to get there as quickly, but also still quietly.
I just wanted to make sure. So it probably takes you no more than probably 4 minutes total to go from where you are up to the main hall and then the whole way back down to the library towards his office. Are you just going like to peek around the corner? Do you want to like walk in towards where his office is? Do you remember how it was all set up?
It was, if I remember correctly, there was like the library main area, and then there was like a door off to his offices.
Yeah, so there was the main library area, and then there was the area towards the back where there was like a little bit more of an admin area, and then off to the side of that was where his office was.
So first I'll stop and like listen to see if I hear anything.
Okay. Would you like to do that?
I have I don't know what your passive is, Skelly, but mine's 16. Perception, rather.
My passive perception is 14.
Okay, so we're a perceptive and a sneaky bunch.
So yeah, go ahead and one of you, whichever one you decide, roll me a perception check, please.
All right, I got a +6, so I'll go ahead. Oh no, Emmerin biffed it. 8.
You don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
And I'll just like nod and then like very, very slowly peek or like just sorry, I didn't mean to bump my microphone. Just very slowly peek around the corner.
There's a few people in the library. There's a few of the scribes that you had seen previously in just doing their thing, but you don't see anything else.
No sign of Soreth.
Not that you can see immediately.
Can I see from where I am if the door to his office is open or closed?
Yes. And it does. You would be able to tell that it looks like it's cracked open.
All right, it looks like he might be in his office. There are some workers in here though.
Would they care if we just went right in? But I guess we need to listen, just in case there's something we need to know. We could create a distraction. Some sort of stoned elephant.
I just lean in at this point and I'm just like, what are you guys talking about? I've just been following along nursing the hangover. Just blindly, like not even realizing what we're doing, just mimicking what they're doing. They're being quiet. I'm being quiet. They're trying to listen. I don't know what they're trying to listen for, but I'm trying to listen.
Oh, you know, we're discussing the virtues of a spoon versus a fork for stew. What do you think we're doing?
Well, I'll have you know about
ask me that
spoons.
Shh.
We don't use the T word around Orlo.
What are we trying to do?
Wait, so I have a question about the spores. They are very easily seen, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we don't want to do that.
Yeah, it creates kind of like a cloud, like a classic like cartoon fart cloud style.
Fart. I mean, I've been to this area with Soreth before, so he knows that I know where this is. So I could just go in and knock on the door.
I don't know if you think that's best. I'm just thinking that maybe he's doing something or talking to somebody that he doesn't want us to know about. I don't entirely trust him, Laia, but you know him better than I do.
I don't trust him either. What do you think, Orlo? All right then. Unless anyone else has a better plan, I'm just going to go talk to him.
Very well.
Just, if I take too long or you hear weird noises, come in after me.
I'll stand right outside the door.
And I'll just like Orlo flops up one of his ears, like to listen.
Holds it against the wall.
All right, so I'll just like take a deep breath and just casually walk around the corner like I'm meant to be there and walk towards his office.
Nobody stops you.
Hell yeah, bro. As I'm approaching his office, do I hear anything coming out of his office?
Not immediately.
Do I see anything through the crack in the door?
You can see some of the stuff that you had seen previously, like some of just like the stuff like kind of scattered around inside, but you can't really see much else. It's very, very barely cracked, so like you can just see into it.
All right, I'll knock on the door.
No answer. What's your passive perception? 14, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll look back. Are the scribes even like looking at me?
Not even a little bit. They probably haven't even honestly even noticed that you're in the room.
Oh, okay. Then I'll like like push open the door just a little bit and like knock again just in case he's in there and didn't hear me.
So as you do that, you push the door open enough that you can kind of hear some of the sound coming from inside, and you like knock on the door a little bit, and you hear this sound that sounds like, you know what it sounds like when you drag like a table across a wooden floor?
Yeah.
It's a very quiet sound, but that's what it sounds like.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
Somewhere inside that room.
Okay, I fully go into the room.
So do you like push the door open and go in?
I'm not gonna push it like all the way open, like just enough so that I can slide through.
Okay. So you kind of push it open and slide your way through. And as you slide your way into that room, you see one of the bookshelves just kind of gently easing itself into place along the far wall.
It might be a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
I was just inhaling to do that. I'm glad you did it.
But inside of this room is it's literally a desk. All of the walls are lined with bookshelves and just a shitload of papers and documents and just everything scattered inside of this room.
I'm assuming he has like a desk or something in this room.
Yeah, it's like in the dead center is their desk.
I'd like to make a mental note of any like journals or like book titles that he has open.
Nothing's open immediately. There are a lot of like which just look like bound notebooks or something of the sort. A lot of loose papers, nothing that you can like, nothing that has a title on it specifically. There are some like drawings and things of like a couple of symbols, but other than that, like nothing. Like I'll send you the picture of the one symbol that you would definitely be able to see with no question because it's very prominently on his desk.
Okay.
But everything else is kind of just like nothing specific about it is showing.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the room and just walk right back out past the scribes and back around the corner.
Oh, that was quick.
So I think he has a secret room.
Oh, I love secret rooms.
I'm pretty sure it's a secret room. So he's not in there. But when I was opening the door, I heard like a scraping almost, and as I came in, the bookshelf was moving.
What are we standing around for? Let's go.
Well, he's clearly in there right now.
So?
You just want to follow him in there?
Yeah.
Or suggestion, we just hang out in his office until he gets back.
I suppose we could, but we wouldn't know what he's up to. At least if we follow him in the whatever the secret passage is, we don't know where it might lead.
Exactly. We don't know where it might lead.
And you don't want to know.
Oh, I do want to know.
I think what Orlo's trying to say is that we should explore the secret tunnel later when Soreth isn't in there.
Obviously, nobody cares that we're here anyway. We could come back at any point.
But what is he doing now?
This is what I'm getting at. He hears this news. He immediately retreats to his office and takes off through a secret passage that we just happened to catch. It could be he anticipated this and it's a trap. I'm willing to risk my
Okay.
spoons on this.
All right. We need to pick one because we can't just keep standing here whispering in the hallway. We just all need to be on the same page.
I I can be sneaky with the both of you. I know I may not look it, but we can sneak down there together.
I do have my special boots, so that makes me usually extra quiet.
I'm no slouch at sneaking around myself, so
If we're doing this, we're doing it together.
absolutely.
I'm in.
We'll get
Just
Buttonhead to use his spores so that we can speak without anyone hearing. Yeah?
Could leave a trail and give us away too.
We'll use the spores out here, so it's just us. Although that didn't work so well last time, huh? Okay, well, then let's just go.
I think Emmerin should take the lead.
That's fine.